Yo, man. Big up to Saeed for the raid. Always, man. That's my brother there. Big him up, man. He's always supporting, man. Always giving man raids and trying to make sure he brings us together. You get me? So big him up. Big up Wolfie. Big up Musa as well. First time I've streamed the Musa as well. But obviously, big up my brother Bandit, aka Durag Diaries, aka George. You know what I'm saying? What we're gonna do though? What I'm gonna do here? I'm gonna change because right now it says Dean and D at the top. I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna get me and you do our own show Tuesdays and Wednesdays or something.
Yeah. We'll run some up still.
Yeah,
Run some up.
What you saying though, broski?
Nah, man, I'm good. I can't lie. It's been a bit busy last couple of days. Been everywhere and anywhere, but you know what it is, man. The grind continues, bro. It continues. That's when I'm all trying to reach goals, and this is just a part of it, bro. This is all just a part of it.
You know, I was gonna ask you, yeah. You see, did you watch the behind the scenes of Thomas Frank?
I've seen bits of it, but not fully all of it. Like I've seen some of it.
Oh, because I was gonna say, what are you feeling about Thomas Frank, and what did you think about Mbremo? And don't you think you guys should be looking for Mbremo on that?
Like, obviously, with the Mbremo stuff, Spurs want Mbremo. There was no denying that we would have went in for Mbremo, and I think Mbremo would have been our first target ahead of Kudus. But the problem is the player wants Man United, isn't it? Like, apparently Spurs went in for him again, and he said, like, he made it very clear to Brentford, the only team that he wants to speak to is Man United. So there's pretty much nothing that we can really do surrounding that one. I think Thomas Frank probably would have made a call and probably earmarked him to see, like, yo, what's going on? Would you want to come to Spurs with me and so on? But he's not gonna. It's nothing that we can do surrounding that deal. Now with Frank and the behind the scenes stuff, I can't lie. I've seen bits of the training and stuff like that. It looks all right, innit? But this is just whenever you get a new manager, I always find even myself before with Conte, Stellini, all these managers come in. I'm watching their press conferences closely. It all sounds nice at first, you know. When they all come in, it's like, different. It's nice. It's just because it's different. That's all it is. It's just different. So. I mean, it looks good. It sounds good. I've seen Justin Cochran taking some training sessions and so on, and I know he actually does look like a proper coach. But I'll see the difference once I actually start seeing Tottenham play pre-season and all that.
I rate Frank highly, though, man.
Yeah, I do.
I rate him highly, bro. I'll be real. I think that's like a brilliant signing for you lot. What do you lot think about us? Do you feel like us getting Gyokeres? What do Tottenham fans think about Arsenal getting Gyokeres?
Oh, Gyokeres is a massive signing, isn't it? I think for me, when I look at that deal, it reminds me of when you guys like this. Probably when I said the other day, it's probably the biggest signing Arsenal made. You could say since Aubameyang, because Aubameyang was. I don't think Declan Rice was as big of a profile sign. I think it was a massive sign because of the fee, but the actual profile of signing wasn't like Declan Rice was wanted all round world football. I'm talking about like there was Man City interested and it was you guys interested. For Gyokeres, I think any club that can afford him will take Gyokeres at this moment in time. Any club that needs a striker will take him. Similar to when Aubameyang came, there was a lot of clubs that would have took Aubameyang at the time. So for me, I look at it when you talk about profile of a European signing, that's where I think that this has some serious impact. But I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit scared, man. I'm a bit scared of this Arsenal team with a Gyokeres involved because Arsenal are dangerous as it is. But when you've got a player like him who, I was watching you say it when you was on with Dean last night. Like this guy, he's finishing. He scores goals. Like when you see the range of finishes he has, he's one of them guys that just 100%, 100 shot power, and he's got to finish. Like he can finish. He can put it in the corners. It's not like he's just rassing it off and it's straight at the goalkeeper. He's actually placing it, and keepers aren't getting nowhere near it. So I don't think he's gonna go mad like Haaland did in the Premier League and score 35, 40 goals.
I think he can, though. I think he's got the potential to, though.
He's got the potential to, but I don't think he will because I think Arsenal aren't going to create for him as much as Man City did for Haaland that year. Maybe you're depends who you sign, innit? If you get Eze, then you've got that linchpin in there.
If there is a player, because we was having a conversation, this is the conversation that we was having. Let me ask you, because I was saying, if Gyokeres and Isak are both at either Arsenal or Liverpool, who do you think scores more goals? So let's imagine Isak's at Liverpool or Gyokeres at Liverpool. Who do you think scores more goals if both players are at either club?
It's tough because when I look at it, like when I watch the two players, for me, I think Gyokeres has the more like instinctiveness in front of goal. Like he seems like he's one that's more hungry for goals, whereas I'm looking at Isaac and I'm like, he's a goal scorer as well, but he can have periods where he fades in and out. And he just has like his all-round play is good. So he'll get out on the wings and stuff. So I feel like Gyokeres, if you're talking about like both at Liverpool, both at top teams, I think Gyokeres may get more goals, but Isaac just brings more to the game. So obviously he can get assists and that so on. So I feel like he has more impact across the 90 minutes, whereas Gyokeres will score more goals type of thing.
Yeah, I think I'm inclined to agree, but I think if there's over the years, because I've always wanted, when we were linked, we needed a striker a couple of years ago. I've always wanted Gyokeres. That's who I always wanted. It's only when Isaac started doing madness in the Premier League, I thought, you know what, maybe I do want Isaac. But Gyokeres was always who I wanted. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like if there's any player that can do what Haaland did, it can only be someone like Gyokeres. I don't think anyone else can do what Haaland did in the way that he scores goals in bundles. And Gyokeres is not really a one-goal game. He scores 2s and 3s.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
he does.
He's a numbers in bunches, kind of like obviously Harry Kane. So what I said to Dean as well yesterday, I said to him, so of the 5 strikers in the world, so you know you got Gyokeres, well not 5 strikers, but the match strikers that we know of. Apart, take Lewandowski out of it because he's a certain age. Gyokeres, Isaac, Harry Kane, Haaland, and Mbappe. Yeah, where do you rank those 5?
Wait, so Gyokeres, Kane, Haaland, Mbappe.
Haaland, Mbappe, and Isaac.
I can't lie, Kane's first for me, isn't it? Like,
Kane's first.
I'm not even on the glazing thing. Kane is when I look at all these strikers, for one, nobody finishes like Kane. Like when I talk about, but I think for me, like, from my time as being a Premier League fan, Kane is probably the best finisher I've seen in the Premier League. Like in my time being a Premier League fan, there may have been. I know people talk about Robbie Fowlers and stuff, but that was more before my time. Like I remember him, but I didn't see him in his pomp. So I think Kane is just unreal finisher. So when we talk about goals and stuff, I'm taking Kane first. I think Kane's above the rest of the players. You talk about his all-round play, he's just above the rest. I think as a striker, maybe as an all-round player, some of the other players are better. But
you think Kane's better than Isaac?
He's way better than Isaac as a striker. Come on, that's not even a comparison. As a striker, there's no comparison, bro. Like people are talking about what Isaac's doing now. You know, Kane was 21 in the Premier League doing what Isaac's doing in his best season right now. Like Kane was 21 doing this. So people are forgetting what Kane was doing in the Premier League. It's just like, oh yeah, he's just scoring goals. No, Kane was doing stuff. So I've got Kane ahead, and then again,
Kane's better than no, I can't just skip
Kane
that.
Wait.
But right
how
now,
do you think? No, you tell me what is that better than Kane at? Because I don't see how that's even a comparison.
But Isaac is like a problem inside and outside the box. Kane is like,
don't say he's not a problem outside the box. Because Kane will be on the halfway line and see that run that nobody else is seeing, and he was whipping it around, and it's a maddest pass, bro. And he's just doing it on a casual thing, bro. He's not dribbling past players, but his passing ability is so far ahead of all these other players. You meant like Isaac can't pass.
Kane's top draw, but I don't. When I'm watching Isaac play, I'm far more worried about Isaac than I am about Kane. Isaac's far more like he seems more dangerous to me.
You're gonna say fitter, and then you realize you're talking about Harry Kane, like one of the best professionals.
I wasn't gonna say fit. I was gonna say he's more. I was gonna say fit. I was gonna say I'm more fearful.
Oh, fit. Yeah, I mean that's just
more
because
dangerous to me.
Isaac he can run at his man, but people even forget Kane can run at his man. I've seen Kane hit man with a drop of the shoulder, put it through someone's legs, and then ras it into the corner. Like Kane has that about his game. He's just not as silky with it. But when you talk about strike, when you say fearful, like Kane's one of those players that. Like you're not gonna notice what he's doing, but he's just peeling off the back.
They want him dropped from the England team. People want him dropped.
They want him dropped from the England team, but that makes no sense to me. I don't watch England on a day-to-day, but they haven't got no strikers near Kane. You've got other players that could, they can facilitate other players better. But we spoke about it last time. I think it's a system issue, isn't it? Like you work the system around Kane, you work the system around your best players. That's how football works. But I think I'm not even doing the Spurs thing. I generally just think Kane,
I know. You know. Okay, so that's okay. So Kane, you think Kane? Okay, what's What's your next
We're
ranking?
doing it as strikers, isn't it? As strikers, not as players.
Strikers, yeah. So Kane number 1.
I'll be real. I have to go with Haaland, innit? Like Haaland's goal scoring ability is second to none. I'm not a big fan of his all-round play and what he has outside of goal scoring, but his ability to find a goal. I think a defender spoke about it. I was watching an interview. The guy was saying just like, bro, you don't really watch Haaland throughout most of the game and you're not scared of him, but then he just pops up in the right position and he bags a goal. He's one of those ones that you've just always got to keep your eye on him, because once you take your eye off him, he's scoring. So I'll go Haaland number 2, and then I'll go Mbappe, Isaac, Gyokeres. I think Gyokeres is number.
Kane, then Haaland, then Mbappe, then Isaac, Gyokeres.
And the reason I got
Gyokeres is definitely lost. Gyokeres is definitely lost.
Yeah. And then let's be real, man. Isaac's not better than Mbappe. Like, as a striker,
Isaac's not better than Mbappe.
Nah, Mbappe. Like, do you know what it is? Yeah,
Kane's not better than Mbappe.
As a striker, he is.
Nah, he's not.
He is. He is, man. I think
Kane's not better than Mbappe.
I think so. And I rate Mbappe. Mbappe's got the ability to, like what he done against Man City last season. I don't think any of the players on this list.
What he did against Argentina.
What, when he lost?
Yeah, they lost, but he's taken up the whole. He's I don't know, man. I don't know. Is Kane? Do you think around the world people would say Kane's better than Mbappe?
I feel like Kane doesn't get the recognition he deserves. Or just like I'll be real, Lewandowski's better than Gyokeres and Isaac. Like, what?
No, forget Gyokeres. Gyokeres is last. I understand Gyokeres is last, but I feel like Isaac and
Mbappe. You know what is? I'm not mad at Mbappe being above Haaland and Kane though. And I think that's just a preference to me. I look at Isaac. I don't look at
Haaland's number 1.
So you think Haaland's better than Mbappe? But Kane's not. So you've got Kane as 4th.
Haaland scores goals every game. So he scores. He broke the Premier League record immediately. Once you start doing, if he was in the Premier League and stayed in the Premier League, he'll break Alan Shearer's record.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he probably would. I think Alan Shearer's record is so mad, isn't it? It's like mad hard to get to, but even
Kane, but that's good. Yeah, but Kane, obviously better footballers, but Haaland scores goals all the time.
No, it is though. I need to see more variety of goals from Haaland. Like, I think he's a good striker, or a cold striker. Let me not even say good. He's one of the best around. But I need to see more variety. Like, I feel like
one striker in the world right now is Haaland.
Behind Kane.
He's the most, like, if you used to go around and say who's the number 1 striker in the world right now, I think most people would say Haaland. Do you think that?
But the thing is, because it's the Premier, like, I think Kane won't get recognition anymore because he's in Bundesliga. No one really sees Kane unless he's playing Champions League. That's when you remember of Harry Kane. Nobody really remembers what Harry Kane is doing right now. So I think that's a slight on his name, but that's for himself, isn't it? He shouldn't have went to Bundesliga, bro. That's his problem. But Haaland's probably viewed, globally as the best striker in the world because he plays for Man City, who have been the best team in the world for the last couple of years. So it's one of those ones. And like Mbappe, I'll be honest, like Mbappe had a good year last year, but Mbappe's best years haven't come as a striker. So that's why even when we compare him to strikers, I'm just like,
but last year he scored a lot of goals last year.
But and when you talk about games, like he was good in, like you mentioned Argentina, and then there was that game against Man City, but those bare games he disappeared in. He was nowhere to be seen in those El Clasicos when Barcelona was chefing these men up. He wasn't doing nothing.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm just thinking, I'm trying to think about my order. Like, Isaac can't be below Harry Kane. That doesn't make sense.
You're going mad. How do you have it? How many goals?
I'm more scared of Isaac than I am of Kane. I ain't worried about Kane.
23 goals last season was his best.
I ain't worried about Kane.
No, I get that, but 23 goals last season was his best season in the Premier League. Yeah, he played 34 games.
He's playing for Newcastle.
I mean, Newcastle were a top 5 team last year. So when you're saying he played for and when you actually look at it, I'm pretty sure Newcastle, when you talk about attacking teams, were one of the best attacking teams in the league. They scored bags of goals. bags of goals.
Isaac, Newcastle.
When Harry Kane was playing for Tottenham, Tottenham weren't the best team in the league. We were the third or fourth or fifth best team in the league majority of the time. And he still bagged 24, 25 goals and all these. Having a season where he's bagging 30 goals. I think Isaac, for me, to be an elite striker, you have to do what elite strikers do, and that's bag 30 goals in a season. He's not done that yet. 2025 is a top striker. An elite striker bags 30 plus. He's not done that. In all competitions as well, I'm saying, not even just in the Premier League.
Yeah, but you're okay. So then you're going. That's what I'm saying. But because you're now saying you're changing the argument. You've gone to about banging in goals, but then you don't think Haaland. You're saying because Kane scored goals for years, but Haaland scores the most goals. I think we will admit that Haaland's the guy that scores the most goals. But then after that, who's the best all-round player?
The best all-round player of all of them is Mbappe, isn't it? There's no doubt about that. I think Mbappe.
The best all-round player is Mbappe.
From those five that you mentioned, he's the best all-round player of all.
I would have probably said Isaac.
Nah. Isaac's like cold, but he's not like. Let's be real. What can Isaac do? What Mbappe's not doing? Like when you talk about the dribbling side of his game and all that, Mbappe's got that. You know, beating his man. Mbappe's got that. Maybe he doesn't work as hard as Isaac, and you know he's got that luxury to not have to do that. But away from that, goal scoring wise, he'll score the goals that Isaac like. He's a better all-round player than Isaac, man. Like Isaac being better. You saying Isaac being better than Mbappe is crazy.
I don't
better all-round player than Mbappe.
I would probably take Isaac over Mbappe.
Us as a preference, and I would agree. Like as a striker, I would take him. But as a player, if you just need a player in your team, you need someone to lift you. Let's just say Arsenal right now. You had the opportunity because let's be real. Both of them are strikers, but they can both do a job. Like Mbappe will do a job across all of the front line. You guys need someone to be the difference maker between you winning the league. You'd rather sign Isaac over Mbappe. Let's just say they're both
we played against Mbappe twice this year, and we played against Isaac 3-4 times. Isaac rips Saliba and Gabriel to shreds. I'm not talking. I'm saying,
yeah.
Mbappe is like he's got all the attributes. But you can match him with some of his attributes. You see, with Isaac, he can rip you to shreds, like on his own.
Yeah,
like, with everything. Like he's got a header in the 1-0 away against us when we were away at St James Park. He scored a header to win the match. Then he scored the poacher's goal at our ground. Then he was taken on. You took on Gabriel. I've never seen Gabriel get taken on how he gets taken on by Isaac. Mbappe can't do that to Gabriel.
No, it is though. With Isaac, it's because obviously he's got that long body where he could be a bit more. He can lean up on defenders. He can use his body and his physicality to beat players. And plus, I think that throws a lot of people off because he's so tall. I don't know. You've probably played against. You know those guys with the long legs, bro. When they're dribbling and they're actually quick with it, it's hard to get the ball off them because they're the type of ones that they're going to put it past you and then their leg stretches out. Just when you think they're putting it that way, they've chopped it back in this side and you're all leaning already. So he's got that advantage. But Mbappe does things so quick that he's just going to hit you with 2-step overs, knock it past you and run around you. Like he's one of those ones, isn't it? Like,
yeah, but Mbappe, I've seen him underperform. Very rarely do I see Isaac underperform. I never feel like Mbappe.
But you're talking about on Champions League level. That's what you're talking about, right? Isaac, let's have it right. He did play Champions League, and Isaac. I'm a fan of Isaac, but the season before, remember when Newcastle got knocked out in the group stage? Isaac played about 5-6 games. He didn't play every game, but he played quite a few of them.
But Mbappe has stinkers. Isaac never does.
Nah, you're going, man. I wouldn't, bro. To say that he never has a stinker is a push.
Bro, I'm telling you, Isaac is always good. Mbappe is like
Mbappe has. You have to say it like this: Mbappe's highs are so much higher than Isaac's highs. What's Isaac's highs? And no. And now you're doing this. You're gonna go. Oh, what do you mean? You just told me about the World Cup final that he lost, but that was his highs, scoring a hat-trick in a final, leading them at 18 years old, leading them into a World Cup. Isaac's not doing that.
He can.
Bro, let's have it right. Isaac hasn't got a rubbish team around him at Sweden, you know. But them man ain't doing nothing special. They've got a good team. They've got good players there. They've got Alanga, they got Kulusevski, Gyokeres, Isaac. They got a good base for a team that can do something. If they've got These players, like we're talking about Gyokeres and Isaac, two of the best strikers in world football they've got. There's no excuse as to why these men shouldn't be doing something if they're that good in the next Euros and so on. But I don't think that's going to happen. And people are going to say, oh, it's their defense and goalkeeper. That doesn't matter. If these men are good enough, they'll put that team on their back and do something. I just don't see Isaac having the ability to put a team on the back the way that Mbappe does. Even Real Madrid at times, you said some of the bad performances. Even when Real Madrid as a team wasn't turning up at times, Mbappe's putting them on his back and he's doing things, bro. He's just popping out with goals. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I think Mbappe's ahead of the rest. Ahead of the rest. Oh, shit.
Nah, he's not the best striker in the world. Mbappe is not the best striker in the world, man. I don't know. I know Jules thinks he is. To me, he's not. Like Mbappe, to me, he's got all the attributes, and he's super talented. But I think I think he's underachieving, man. I think he's a lot more talented than he actually makes out.
Mbappe.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's far more talented than we've even seen yet. Like,
I think he showed his talent at his young. Like, I personally think he's regressed a little, innit? Like, I think in his younger years,
it was better when he was younger.
Yeah. When he was like 20, 21, 22, coming through, I think it's because I've always said it. I think young players come out, they're more raw. They're not so system focused. The teams aren't just like, and then they haven't had so many managers dumb down their game and ask them to do specific things. They're just doing what feels free to them. They're playing with that freedom. I think he's lost that about his game now. So he's a bit more robotic. When you watch him, it's just like, I feel like I'm watching a robot, similar to when Haaland is like, they just do very similar things. But yeah, I do agree with that. I think he's playing below a level which he could, but he's still playing at a very high level.
Yeah, Mbappe's playing at a high level, and he obviously Real Madrid. So then you got, I don't know, man. I feel like I say, Gyokeres is easily number 5. I find it hard to put Isaac number 4. I find that really hard.
You find it hard, but how?
Yeah, bro? I would pick Isaac over Kane. I would. I'd pick Isaac over Kane.
I don't think Isaac's done enough. That's the thing. I don't
think
Isaac's
I understand the longevity.
No, but not even longevity. Just 2. He's had 2 very good seasons, but that's it. And I'm a big fan of him, but 2 very good seasons. Like, and he's not done elite seasons. That's the thing. We're not talking about 2 mad seasons. We're talking about 2 good seasons.
I don't think Kane's better than Isaac. I can't. Like, Kane scores goals. He's an all-round player. He's good at everything that he does. But there's just something missing to make him the most feared striker in the world. You know what I'm saying? We know he's going to score a consistent amount of goals, but there's just, he doesn't have that Luis Suarez factor or that Thierry Henry factor. He doesn't even have the Haaland factor.
What's the Haaland factor?
That you just know, because Haaland scores goals at a rate that is people hardly ever see.
You do know Kane across his years in the Premier League might have the best goal to game ratio over a certain amount of games.
Yeah, he may well do. But I'm saying
there with Aguero. He's up there with like Aguero and so on. So like when you talk about, does Kane have the Aguero factor? Like, no, he ain't got those big moments, last minute goals, and he has a lot of last minute goals, but big moments in him where I don't see that in Harry Kane. You're right. But again, when you talk about that Haaland factor, Haaland doesn't have that either. Haaland will score goals, but Haaland doesn't turn up. He's not scored ever in a final. You don't ever look at Man City struggling for goals and Haaland's the guy who's popping up with something to make a goal happen. He doesn't. Like, Haaland, there's so many games where you're watching Haaland and he's just drifting away, floating in and around. And I know that's his game. His game isn't get loads of touches on the ball. His game is just scoring, when needed. But I don't know, like, even when you say Haaland does what he needs to do, which is get in front of the goal and score. But away from that, he doesn't do what Harry Kane's doing. So I struggle to have some of these players above Kane, but I also understand, innit? Like, Isaac's the only player that I'll just sit there and go, nah, he's not better than Kane. He's not. Even right now, he's just not better than Kane.
If a team was to buy a player tomorrow,
they'd buy Isaac.
For one season, yeah, who would you think they would buy?
They go for Isaac right now.
But you have to buy him for 1 season.
Just for 1 season.
Yeah, you got to buy a player for 1 season. It doesn't matter what team. Let's imagine Man City or Liverpool or Arsenal or any team around the world that needs to buy a player for 1 season to try and win every trophy for this season upcoming. Who do you think they buy?
They'll go for Isaac, I reckon. Because
Why?
Isaac,
Why do you think that? If he's not
just
better,
a popular name right now. He's just
no. It's because they think he's probably better.
No, but Kane, if you again, like, Kane's 33 now. Like, Kane is in his older years. It's not
he's
like
still doing it now. He's still doing it now.
Still doing it now. Facts, he's still doing it. But that's just like saying, would you sign Lewandowski or one of these young players? A lot of teams will go for
forget the young players. Forget the young players. I'm talking about like the player, because I think Kane is missing that fear factor. I still don't think people are scared of Harry Kane.
Nah, that's mad. Say people aren't scared of Harry Kane.
I don't think so. I don't think he's a fear factor striker. I don't think people are scared of him.
In the Premier League, every team was scared. When Tottenham were playing against him, everyone was scared of Harry Kane then. In fact, D, you definitely was scared of Harry Kane, bro. What do you mean?
No, man.
We were scared in the North London derby. He was bagging goals against you, man, for fun.
Suarez is a fear factor player. We were petrified of Suarez. Suarez is that guy.
But you're talking about. But the thing is, I feel like you're looking at these players as having more fear factor because they're dribblers. They get on the ball. They have that fear factor because they can create by themselves. Whereas Harry Kane can, but he just doesn't. You create for Harry Kane, or he creates for others. So when you say no fear factor, it's like, yeah, maybe on the eye it doesn't seem like that, but the fear is the same. That this guy could be the difference maker in the game. We need to keep my eye on this guy, and they're gonna mark him just like they mark the other players. They're going to stay tight. They're not going to give him no space. But I do get what you mean. Like, the fear factor would be more on the Isaac side, or like I said, like a Suarez, and like these players you're mentioning because they're dribblers. You're more fearful of a dribbler because they're going to run.
It's because I think it's the variety of goals that they can score.
Oh, no, you're going mad now. You think he's got more variety than Kane?
Who?
Isaac's got wait. Isaac's got more variety goals than Kane.
Isaac scores goals from 30, 40 yards and all that all the time. Pace. He scores all that goals.
Wait. Isaac scores goals from.
Isaac scored against Liverpool. He's got a 30-yard strike.
And bro, Harry Kane has probably the best variety of goals when you talk about that. Man scores first-time finishes on first-time volleys on his left foot, right foot, headers, 25-yard shots, 30-yard shots, cutting in off the right. Bro, that goal that you scored against you, man, you think Isaac's bagging that, bro? When you're cutting in off the right and licking it off the post and in from the
right, off the left.
Yeah, off the left, bro. Like the variety of finishes. Kane has every type of finish. I'm pretty sure Kane might even have like a little bicycle kick.
He does. Kane has
and you know why he's more dangerous? It's because he generally can finish with his left foot just as good as his right. Like his left foot, I've seen him bag from outside the box, top bins. Like and it's the first timers. That's what it is. What that guy just said in the chat. It's the first time shots of his weaker foot that he does. It comes to him and he just lays it bottom corner. That's why he's more dangerous of a finisher than me. Like, you can't give Kane no space on the edge of the box. Isaac, you shouldn't either. But Kane is generally left foot, right foot. You give him space, it's done. But Isaac, he has variety of finishes too, just not as many as Kane. It's tough though. It's tough because I do get your point in it. Like, I do get your argument. You're making a good one.
I think Isaac is. I think he's better.
Right. So if you think Isaac's got more variety, then what about Haaland then? Because Haaland, you spoke about.
No, Haaland scores so many goals that he has to be number one to me.
All right.
That's because of the sheer number of goals. He broke the record and all that. He's on all that type of stuff. It's only because of the number of goals. If he weren't for the number of goals, he'd be bottom.
Yeah. That's a fact. His all-round game is poor.
You know what I mean? He'd be bottom, but because he scores so many goals, like every time he plays, you think he can score. This guy can score 5 here. He scored how many? Did he score 3 hat-tricks in a row or something like that? He starts breaking all types of records.
Yeah, he's going mad.
He does mad stuff. He does mad things. He does all types of mad stuff.
So what do you think? What do you think Gyokeres is missing? Because I suppose, obviously, look, you guys are going to be getting Gyokeres. And what you guys want, essentially, is Gyokeres to be your Isaac, your Haaland, to compete with, maybe not Newcastle next season, but compete with Liverpool, Man City, or Man City in particular. What does Gyokeres need to do to put himself into that conversation, I suppose? And what do you need to see from him?
Well, he needs to score. He needs to carry on doing what he's doing. He doesn't have to do anything different. Just continue doing what he's doing. He's going to get more chances. So he's going to get more opportunities. He needs to be a penalty taker immediately. And he needs to just come in and hit the ground running. Like, he needs to just continue what he's doing. And I think he probably will. I'll be real. I think it's going to be hard for him not to score goals in this team. Like, I think he will come in and I think he will hit the ground running. I think this team will give him all the opportunities that he needs. Man, we create so many chances. Our team, like, if he comes in this team and doesn't score loads of goals, then I don't know what's up with him.
Do you have any questions regarding him? Like, is there anything that you watch about his game and you're like, I need to see some improvement there? Like, you want to see that get better at Arsenal, or are you just happy with the player? Just keep doing what you're doing. Are you actually just that?
No, I don't think he needs to do anything different. I don't think Gyokeres needs to do anything different at all. I think he needs to be exactly the same. He's a back to goal striker. He likes to battle with strikers. That's exactly what we need anyway. Because Arteta's got this thing of, yeah, you want your striker to go into this area and then that area and start battling with them. And that's what he likes. So Gyokeres is exactly that. He loves battling with defenders anyway. But what he does do, he lays off. He doesn't hold the ball for too long. He gets the ball and he passes it and he goes about his business. He's not a guy that holds the ball for longer than 3-4 seconds.
Yeah, I do notice that about him. He
does not want that ball.
He does the lay off, the 1-2.
Lay off and off he goes. He's not interested in, and that's exactly the type of striker I need.
The only thing about him, though, when I've seen is like, you man play against loads of low blocks. Pick up SB, man.
Pick up my brother.
But I haven't seen him, like, whenever I watched all his goals, I remember you said you watched all his compilation. I've seen one as well. That's got.
I watched one yesterday, all 80-something goals since he's been at Sporting.
But the thing, I never see low block goals, or like when there's 5 at the back and he's having to, move in and around the box. I'm always seeing a lot of the goals are he's running in behind, or he's got a 1v1 with just like 2 defenders. It seems like he's on the break for a lot of them. Does that not concern you a little bit? Like, I need to see what he's going to do like against low blocks. Because let's have it right, against Arsenal, at least 30 of the games you play next season, or at least 25 plus, you're going to be playing against teams that got 7 man at the back.
If you watch his goals, it doesn't matter. I'll be real. Like, if you watch his goals, it really doesn't matter the way he plays. Like, the way he plays his goals, it doesn't actually matter if there's people around him or not. He scores all types of goals, this guy. You see what we're talking about with Kane? Gyokeres is the same. He shot dinks, left foot, right foot. Like, even that you say headers, they say he's not good at headers. He still scored headers. He still scores headers. He's just not that good in the air, but he still scores them. He's a player that's always in the right position. Like, he finds it really hard to be in the wrong position. Like, he just knows where to be. So all this low block stuff that people talk about, if Havertz can score 12 goals or 14 goals with low blocks, I'm pretty certain Gyokeres is going to have no problem.
It's a fair point. It's a fair point.
I'm not worried about him and his low blocks. I'm not like, and you have to remember, a lot of people say this a lot of time about low blocks. People say, yeah, your low block we're struggling with. We're not actually struggling with the low blocks. We're actually struggling with getting the ball back from the teams that play well. When we played Brighton, because most teams, they don't actually play low block. People think they do, but they don't. We play low block. When we played against Brighton, we were the ones defending. When we played against Fulham away, like, we was all over them. After a while, we had to defend for a good half an hour of the game. Like, we were the team that kind of have to sit back a bit and stuff like that. Most teams, when we play, the only teams that really play low block in the Premier League are West Ham. There's
loads of teams that whole
Ipswich.
7 or 8.
No, but they don't. But certain teams don't play low block. A lot of teams don't play. Bournemouth don't play low block. Brighton don't play low block. But the only teams will be Brentford, Ipswich.
The Wolves do. I think
Wolves, West Ham, Wolves and West Ham. I guess even Southampton don't play low block. They press you all the way to your
No,
goal.
but then that's why they got relegated doing that.
Yeah,
I
but
think
when people say low block, they're actually only talking about 4 or 5 teams.
nah, there's more because you forgot Nottingham Forest. That's a low block team.
Yeah, that's it.
You've
West
got,
Ham, Nottingham Forest. Okay, Everton. So West Ham, Nottingham Forest, Everton,
Sunderland will be. They'll probably be a low
Ipswich. No,
block
but they're not
team.
in there yet. Ipswich and Wolves, maybe 5 teams. The rest of them play high press.
Some of them do. I get what you mean in it, but I feel like, as we know, due to game states, when you're actually in the game, because you guys take control of it, naturally teams go into a lower block anyway, because you guys are just controlling the ball. You guys play high possession, moving that ball side to side, just ensuring that team has no movement. But no, I do get what your point is, in it. Like, ultimately, I don't think you guys have problems scoring against low blocks. My question was just regarding Gyokeres and how he can utilize them on it. But
we do have a problem scoring against. We do have a problem opening up the team in low block. It's not so much scoring against low block. It's about finishing your chances against low blocks. When you play against low block teams, you might only get 2 or 3 chances in the game. That's where the issue comes. Like, and we need to score our half chances as well. So chances we'd be like, oh, I should have done better than that. Do you know what I mean? That was an opportunity there. Or when you get a chance early in the game, like like when you play against Man City, sometimes. I'm watching the Arsenal game. I look at my phone 2 minutes in Haaland. You know what I'm saying? He's already scored. Man City already won the what? Because on the first chance, Haaland's already scored.
Yeah.
That's the difference. So if we play against say Brentford and we get a chance early on and Gyokeres is there instead of Havertz, we score immediately. We're 1-0 up. Now the game's completely different. We miss the chances when you need to score them. That's the difference between these top guys and these other guys. That's the difference. You know what I'm trying to say? We need to score immediately. If you get a chance, score. Then all of a sudden you're 2-0 up in 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. I think because last season when I watched you guys, the biggest problem was that like Moreno, Havertz, Martinelli, all rubbish in front of goal. Now, obviously, Moreno's not a striker, so when he's not scoring chances, to be fair, in the last couple of games, he actually done pretty well. But Havertz and Martinelli in particular miss abundance of chances, bro. Just consistent. Yeah. Martinelli, I see him through in on goal, just keeps straight at the goalkeeper every single time. He's kicking it straight at the goalkeeper. And Odegaard as well. I think he was one of the biggest problems for you guys. And when he come back from injury and those low blocks, when you're up against teams, he fails to pull the trigger. So, like, there's so many times he's on the edge of the box, he gets it, and you think, just wrap your foot around it. Just wrap it. Put it, like, test the goalkeeper. He's just delaying it. He ball rolls it, and then he passes it back, or he ball rolls it, plays it backwards. I think if you get Eze in there, you've got a player who's more of a maverick, someone who's more willing to take that opportunity. And if he's not going to shoot, he's going to make that pass. And he makes the more risky options and makes those passes that probably Odegaard hesitates to do. He's more like Bruno on that sense, where he will just do it. He don't really care. He's like more risk averse. So, definitely, I think you guys can improve there. But what do you think about the Madueke stuff in it? Because let's be real, I know Arsenal fans have been trying to push.
I'm not giving that any.
Yeah, trying to do this. I'm not giving it time of day, but personal terms are agreed. You can't deny that. Oh, we're not going for him. You want him. Personal terms are agreed.
I don't want him. If I wanted him, I want him for 15 million. Then it would make sense, but I don't want him for 50. Understand? I don't want him for 50. So that's just the truth of it at the end of the day. I don't know what SB is talking about. He says, so every attacker's job is just to bag goals. Bruv, yes.
Pretty much. Everyone needs to.
Your goalkeeper's job is to save goals, and the attacker's job is to score goals. I don't understand. That's how it's meant to be.
Scoring, they need to be creating.
Listen, let me show you how to debunk this. Yeah, because obviously there's difference between different strikers, and different strikers bring different qualities and attributes. Yeah, and obviously some strikers that have got all-round game can bring more to the team than some strikers that just score goals. Yeah, we all know that. But name me a striker that is all-round game, isn't just about scoring goals. That's a great. Name me a striker that is known that doesn't score goals. That's a great. I guarantee you won't be able to name one.
Never.
But you can name strikers that are great that only score goals, though.
Facts.
You understand? The same way they say things like Firmino, yeah, he was their unsung hero and stuff like that at Liverpool. Yeah, but he would never be classed as a great striker, really. You can say things like I don't know what other strikers are there that don't score goals, but are God like Emil Heskey. That was a great player. Is he regarded as a great striker? No. Why? Because he didn't score enough goals. Then you can talk about players like Robbie Fowler that didn't have the all-round game, that only scored goals. Is he regarded as a great striker? Yes, he is. Why? Because he scored goals. There will never be a great striker. There will never be a great striker that doesn't score goals, classed as a great. Ever. Doesn't exist.
No, facts. That's literally it for me. Like you can't call a striker good or someone that. And this is the problem as well. Like I'll see SB's now saying Havertz isn't a striker. Okay, but Havertz played striker for Arsenal. The majority of his time at Arsenal, he's played striker. So his job is to put the ball in the back of the net and score goals. If he's playing in that position, now he's not going to be remembered as a striker. But if he's played 2 seasons there and he's not bagging 20+ goals, it means he's not a good striker. You guys can't sit here and tell me, oh, he's a good player because he's all round is this, he's all round is that.
You can do that. You can do the all round job. You can do the all round job if you're comparing the people that have the best all round and score goals are the greatest strikers of all time. Yeah. So the people like Luis Suarez, Thierry Henry, R9, Ibrahimovic, these guys score the amount of goals and have got the all round play. That's the greatest strikers of all time. They're the greats. But if you've got one attribute only, as a striker, it needs to be the goal scoring to become a great. You can't be a great striker if you've only got good all-round play but no goals. It doesn't. You can be a good player and you can be an all-round player, but you will never be a great. So, for example, Haaland can become a great because he only just scores goals, whereas, say, Havertz can't become a great. He doesn't score enough goals. You can't score. You don't score enough goals to be a great. That's the difference.
That's the difference, man. That is literally the difference. But clearly, people are failing to understand, isn't it? Like, I don't even know why that is so hard to understand. Like, I don't like. That's when people tell me about strikers. They'll be like, "Nah, but he facilitates. He's all round plays good." It's like, bro, I just want someone that puts the ball in the back of the net as a striker. Now, I like Solanke. Solanke's all right, but he's not a great striker, and he won't be a great striker until he's bagging 20 goals consistent. Like, so it's one of them ones, isn't it? Like when people are questioning how good a striker is or how good a player is playing there, it can only be judged on one thing, and that's goal scoring ability, man. Literally just that. Oh no, SB's killing me, bro. SB, we get you in the chat, you know. You don't have to put SB after every single chat, bro. SB. We know it's SB in the chat. Definitely know it's SB in the chat right now. But yeah, man.
Yeah, big up SB, big up the catch up, big up catch. We got SB and my brothers. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start doing a show individually with each person that I pop a stream with. So I'll do one with Jules on his own. I'll do one with Hooks on his own. I'll do one with DG. I'll do one with Catch on his own. I'll do one with SB on his own. That's what I'm gonna start doing because I don't do enough just one-on-one shows with a man. You get me? So that's what I'm gonna start.
No, for real. I've found that recently. One-on-one shows are good, man. You just get to have like a nice chilled chat. You have
it's not every day. You get me? NXT is the funniest guy. Who is that? What do you put SB at the end for? Hey, that is too funny. But you lot, make sure you lot like and subscribe. And who's not subscribed, innit? Our mods, they're too busy raving in the chat. I keep telling them they're always raving in the chat. They're instead of looking after the club. You're man of security guards. You're meant to look after the club. Why are you man raving and chasing girls? I don't understand. I haven't seen one smash the likes. I haven't seen one subscribe. I have these man. Bro, our mods.
They're so distracted and just what is though, half the mods. They're the same ones in my chat. And I have to get onto them. But like, Mads, bro, pattern up like you, man. Just every now and then run up a likes. You know what I mean? Like
these man are not even mods. Let me mod up SB and man. These man are not even mods. These man are just on some jokes. I don't understand. These man are just on raving blood. Don't get it. Big up, Sham. Big up the people then. But what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna redirect this to Jules now. Jules is live now. Jules, is it you're going live now, yeah?
Yeah. I'm gonna go live. Quick one as well, probably like a quick 45-minute live or something like that.
There we go. Direct Diaries upcoming Kota Takai, yeah?
He's signed, confirmed. Centre backs in. Tottenham are making moves.
I'm gonna go up to gonna redirect to Jules now. I'm gonna go and sort out a couple bits. You know what the thing goes. You don't need to do FamZone TV raid. This is my brother anyway. This is family regardless. You get me? So
come on, man.
and then
You know
yeah,
what it
man.
is.
I'll be back tonight. Me and Dean will have a all things football and life tonight. And then you're already modded up. You already modded SB, man. You're not concentrating.
No, low concentration levels.
You don't know what
I've
it
been
means. That's
low
what
concentration.
it's the spanner. You've got power in the chat now. You can ban people, you can add people, you can hide
Don't
them.
start telling him that. He might start doing a madness.
No,
Like,
you can do things in comments, you can do yeah, you could do stuff. He's not concentrating. He's talking about concentrate. You got a spanner. That's what the spanner is. He's thinking, oh. That's my brother, man.
The chat's been killing me calling him Vassell, you know. The Vassell stuff is
my G. That's my G still. That's my brother still.
Nah, come
but
on.
yeah, I'm gonna send it over to Durag Diaries now. So yeah, man, we'll see you, man, soon. I'm gonna watch that stream now. And then yeah, man, we'll catch up with you lot tonight. I've got one tonight, me and Dean, 10 o'clock after the Chelsea game. And yeah, man, we'll be there still. I've got a couple of things to sort out, but man's out and about. So love my G's them.